Hi, Democrats. Today is Friday, December 2nd, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Friday. I apologize for missing yesterday. I couldn't get it to a quiet place to get this done, and so I'm a little bit late in my big announcement. I'm going to save the big announcement to until the end of the day, end of my live. So I want to talk about an interesting conversation that I've been having with folks all over the state, and as you can tell, I'm in Oklahoma City today. Government overreach. So it's really interesting that our state legislature right now is talking out of both sides of their neck with regards to bodily autonomy and who can do what at what age. There's mixed messages on several issues. There's one issue I talked about earlier this week, where we have a legislator that has submitted a bill for the next legislative session that says that we should lower the age for assault rifles from 21 down to 18 because they can handle it. Well, then we have another bill that says we shouldn't let anybody have gender affirming surgery until they're 21. We already had a bill last cycle that said 18, or during the special session that said 18. Now we want to up it to 21. So just so that I understand what it is that our legislature is saying, they're saying that you can't make decisions about who you authentically are until you're 21 years old. But you are capable of making sane, safe decisions with regards to firearm ownership at 18. It doesn't match. It doesn't go together. But those are the kinds of things that we have to stay vigilant for, and we have to hold people accountable to. Those two ideas don't seem to go together. But while we talk about bodily autonomy, gender affirming care is also mental health care. It's also just plain health care. And where I am with health care for me is my body, my business. And I think that's where I am with the government. I think that what I do with my body should be my business. And right now we have legislative bills that are being submitted. That we have legislative bills that are being submitted that represent government overreach. It is the government, whether it's reproductive rights, trying to tell people who can be pregnant what they can do with their bodies, and whether it's gender affirming care, trying to tell people what they can do with their bodies. It's government overreach, no matter how you look at it. Truly, really and truly, our state legislature has other things to deal with. There's funding, there's the turnpike, there's education, there's affordable health care. All of those things, there's access to broadband. All of those things are things that our legislature should be focused on, and let families make decisions about their bodies. Let families make health care and mental health care decisions. We're not focused on that because I mentioned it earlier. State Question 781 says that we would create a fund and fund it for mental health care, and we're not doing that. Our legislature is showing you their priorities. We have to stay vigilant. We have to know what they are. We have to keep track of them. And when a legislative session happens in February, we have to be vigilant in holding people accountable. It's not too late to get with your representatives, tell them the issues that are important to you, and hopefully those issues will translate to bills that are put forth. Because what we have to focus on are those issues that are important to you, those issues that are important to your family, rather than the culture war nonsense, guns, abortion, and that kind of stuff. Instead of focusing on that, let's talk about the issues that actually affect you on a day-to-day basis, and that actually the government should be dealing with. So that's your call to action. And I gave it to you a week ago. Pretty sure not a whole lot of you did it. Stop what you're doing. Go out, research, find out who your legislators are, and put them in your cell phone. Put them in your cell phone, their name and their email address, their name, phone number, and email address, so that you can reach out to them. When you have an issue, because they work for us. Be polite, be respectful, but it is important that they hear from us. It's important that they hear from us on the issues that are important to us, because they are way off base with some of the things that they are focusing on. I've gotten a lot of calls and questions with regards to the petition state question 828, reproductive rights. I have to be honest with you, I haven't read it. But what I will tell you is that I and the party, we support body autonomy. We support limiting government overreach. And we absolutely support direct democracy, private citizens having their say about what we get to vote on. So I've gotten a lot of calls about it. Those are the things that I support. I need to read the state question to be a little bit more on top of it. But at this moment, I applaud the folks who decided that they didn't like the way our state was going with regards to reproductive issues and stepped in and tried to do something about it. There are a lot of folks who are that way, who are thinking along that lines, and we all need to research it and work with the organization that best supports where you are. And so rather than asking me, the information is available out there where you can read it on your own, read it and make sure that you support it, and then support them if you do. They're going to need a lot of help to get the signatures that is required. So that's where I am on 828. The party had no say in writing it, getting it approved, any of that stuff. I'm not disavowing it. I'm just trying not to take credit for the work of others. These were private citizens who did not like where we were going with regards to reproductive rights and stepped up to do something about it. And I applaud them for that. Thank you for stepping up in the gap and just doing it lets everybody see that we can all have a direct effect on democracy if we're willing to step up. And just making us have the conversation, I'm thrilled. I am thrilled that we are now having a conversation that we need to be having about reproductive rights. We need to be having a conversation about the fact that Oklahoma is priding itself on interfering with private personal health matters, because that's what it boils down to. Now, to the big announcement that I teased on Wednesday and didn't get a chance to announce yesterday. And if you're not involved in the party, this isn't going to make any sense to you. But the big announcement, every odd year, the Oklahoma Democratic Party reorganizes itself. We elect our leadership from the precinct level, county, district, state level. We elect leadership, we review our platform, and we review our rules. That's coming up in 2023. Our convention for 2023, the state convention for 2023, will be in Tulsa at the Tulsa Convention Center on June 3rd and 4th. It will be at the Tulsa Convention Center on June 3rd. There's going to be training and relationship building on the 3rd, and our biannual gala, Carl Albert dinner on the evening of the 3rd, and then we will do the business of the convention on the 4th. We have secured the space. We've negotiated discount hotel rates, room rates for rooms that are close. And for those of you who count your points and all that kind of stuff, one of the hotels is you get Marriott Bonvoy points, and one of them you get Hilton points. So we try to think of all the stuff that people would care about. The Central Committee voted on this last month. According to the Oklahoma Democratic Party bylaws, it is imperative that we announce the location of convention 6 months in advance. And so this is officially me announcing it 6 months in advance so we don't get in trouble. Convention will be on June 3rd and 4th in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Tulsa Convention Center. And real quick, I have a graphic for folks who don't know what's happening to show you what happens at convention. Oof. All right, that's available on our website. There's a list of who gets to vote and how you participate, when and where the convention is, and what happens there. Because a lot of people want to know why the party isn't doing, you can take that down. People want to know what the party's doing, why they're not doing this, why they're choosing to do this. This is where those decisions are made. This is where we elect the decision makers there. So If you have some ideas about how we can improve what goes on in the party, if you have some ideas about who needs to lead the party at the precinct, county, district, or state level, this is how you get involved. Precinct elections are all over the state on March 16th. March 16th at 7 p.m. in your county. That's where precinct elections are, and that's where it all starts. That's how you get to go to all the conventions. That's how you get a say in the organization of the party, and that's how you make connections with your elected officials that you don't already have. So that's my big announcement. Convention is in Tulsa on June 3rd and 4th, 2023 at the Tulsa Convention Center. And as more plans are solidified, we'll be putting that out on our website, so stay tuned. You guys have a great weekend and have a great rest of the year. This is the last scheduled Chairs Daily Live. I'm going to take some time to regroup, do some work, get ready, and I'll be back in January to do Daily Live. Now, if some big stuff happens in between, I'll go live, but this is the last scheduled live for 2022. You guys have a great weekend, have a great rest of the December, and come back in January ready to organize.